Imbes na mga kapartner sa business, buksan ang isipan sa mga bagong kaalaman sa negosyo, ekonomiya at hanap buhay. In the heart of business. At ngayon, narito na ang mga kilalang business columnists at broadcasters, Maru Pahati Sarne at Lito Gagni.
Okay, hello. Magandang hapon mga kaibigan. Welcome po dito sa In the Heart of Business. Ako po si Maru Pahati Sarne. Wala po aking partner, may problema siya. Sa kanyang bangko, kaya inaasikaso niya ngayon. Dahil kasi pera eh. Anyway, mga kaibigan, supposedly we are going to air ito pong ating panayam sa President and CEO po ng Metro Pacific Agroventures. I just do not know what's happening. Hindi ko pa alam kung anong nangyayari. May technical problem daw. Kaya hindi po natin maisahim papawid pa yung ating panayam po sa Metro Pacific Agroventures. Sayang kasi napakaganda po nung mga pinag-usapan, lalo na po diyan sa bahagi ng Laguna pala ay meron na po silang itinayong mga na farm, no, para pag-alagaan po ng mga baka. Kaya yung kanilang ice cream na Carmen's Best, nakpo, diba pinakamasarap na local ice cream yan dito sa Pilipinas? Yan yung inihanda kay Pope Francis na nagpunta siya dito sa Pilipinas. Actually, doon sa eroplano pa lang, ni-request daw po ng eroplanong nagdala kay Pope Francis dito sa ating bansa na kung maaari, magsilbi ng Carmen's Best Ice Cream doon po sa eroplano. Aba, nagustuhan daw ni Pope. Sabi niya, "This is the best ice cream that I have ever tasted." Wow! Diba? Pang world class pala ang ating sariling ice cream. Kasi naman, gawa po yun sa fresh milk talaga. Tunay na gatas po ng baka. Walang additives, walang tubig daw na inilagay Talagang purong-purong gatas po ng baka ang ginamit. So, hindi po nagtipid. Kaya, tikman niyo po yung Carmen's Best Ice Cream, mga kaibigan. At talagang masisiyahan po kayo. Anyway, syempre, hindi lang naman yan ang mga pag-uusapan natin, kundi mga nangyayari po sa ating ekonomiya. Ang piso po ay lumalakas. Ang trabaho ay at least marami na po, no? Pero marami pa rin ang feeling po nila. Oo nga, maraming trabaho, pero sila daw po ay underpaid or hindi sapat yung kanila pong trabaho para teka, sandali. Tayo muna ipopwesto rito. Pwede po ako. Yay! Sinihagan tayong mag-park. Hanggang lang. Sige, alis ako kagad. Ayan, kita nyo. Naririnig nyo pa ang mga pang-araw-araw na nangyayari tuloy sa akin. Ganito po ang hirap dito. Sa state, ang hirap mag-park. So, sobrang dami na po ng mga sasakyan dito. At maraming mga VIPs. Ito tayo na relegate sa sa paradahan ng iba. Okay, anyway. So I was talking about yung pong mga trabaho, no. Marami po ang nagsasabi na hindi sapat ang kanilang sinusweldo, kaya ang sabi po nila ay dapat magkaroon pa sila ng additional work. Hindi pwede na yun lang. Naku, iniwan na ako. Hindi ko alam kung tatama ako dun sa likuran. Oh my God. Okay, let's do this. Okay, anyway, so yun nga, marami po ang mga kinukulang pa rin po sa, urong pa, ito pala, meron palang nag-aalala. Okay, go. Okay, yan, ang sabi po, yes, hello, kulang daw po ang kanilang mga sinusweldo. Kaya naghahanap po sila ng mga additional work. Ang minimum pay po kasi dito sa atin 500 mahigit. Pero yung 500 mahigit na yan, saan naabutin sa isang araw, di ba? Ubus ka agad yan. Sa pamasahe mo pa lang, sa mga pagkain mo, di ba? Magkano na ngayon ang pagkain? Nakakashock. Yung mga pagkain karinderya, wala na yatang 50 pesos. Ang lahat halos mga talagang mahal na po. Wala na tayong makitang mura. Mapapamura na lamang po tayo sa galit. Kapag nakita po natin ang presyo ng mga bilihin. Anyway, so dahil po dyan, ayon po sa maraming mga mamamayan po ngayon, they need to find more jobs. Hindi lamang isa, minsan dalawa pa yung dagdag na trabaho na kanila pong ginagawa para lamang masuplayan yung kanila pong mga pangangailangan. Lumalaki ang pamilya, dumarami po ang mga nag-aaral, so isang malaking problema po talaga yung dagdag na pagkakakitaan. Anong ginagawa ng iba? Sila po ay nagbebenta-benta, nag-online business, no? Para sa... Okay, I'm sorry. Ayan, so nag-online business para sila po ay masuportahan nila ang kanilang pamilya or doon nagbebenta po sa kanilang community. Anyway, so yan po ang reality of life ngayon, no? It's very, very difficult. Mahirap talaga ang buhay. Pero tayo mga Pinoy, sanay na tayo dyan eh. Naalala niyo ba yung panahon ni President Cory no nagkaroon po ng transition of the government, diba? Naging mahirap din po ang buhay noon kasi merong mga pagbabago. Gayon din, naging mahirap din po yung panahon naman ni President Fidel Ramos kasi panahon naman po yan ng Asian financial crisis. So, ang bigat din po ng buhay ng mga mamamayan noon. Naalala ko kami noon, panahon ni President Cory, hindi na kami nakapag-junior senior prom kasi nga raw belt tightening. Although syempre gusto namin magreklamo no, na parang hello, kami naman na magbabayad, no? Di naman yung school na magbabayad. Pero yung school namin kasi, ang sabi, para daw makisama kami doon sa paghihirap daw po ng bayan, kailangan mag-belt tightening din kami. Huwag kami mag-celebrate, huwag kami mag-enjoy ng aming junior-senior prom. So hindi po ginawa nung panahon namin yung aming junior-senior prom. Hindi ako nakaranas. Diba, nakakainis. 2 taon yun.
Hindi talaga ma-play. Okay. Sige, let's go back. And I think we have to postpone this kung talagang hindi natin mapupush. Pero mamaya, pwede pa sa second part siguro, no? If we can. Oo. Sige, dito na ang camera. I-on na. Sige na, ayan, nandito na ako. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pag-antabay dito po sa ating palatuntunan. Sometimes it happens. In a live television or radio show, nangyayari po ang mga technical problems. Kaya pasensya na po, no? Lalo na sa ating mga kaibigan po sa Metro Pacific Investments Corporation. I know, nakaantabay na po kayo ngayon, pero pasensya na po talaga at ganito po ang nangyari sa ating pagsasahim papawid. Pero mamaya po siguro, may ayos na natin yan and we can air even just the first part of that interview because that is a very, 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 very important interview po dahil malalaman natin kung ano ang ginagawa po ng Metro Pacific Investments Corporation para tulungan ang ating mga mamamayan, lalo na ang ating can we say dying agriculture business? Masasabi ba nga ba natin na mamatay na ang ating agrikultura? Paano nga bang hindi natin sasabihin kung panay ang import po natin ng mga pananim, ng mga isda? Diba? Nakakainis. Bakit ganoon? Ang Pilipinas po, very rich. Napakayamang lugar po nito. Ang lupa po natin, napakayaman po sa mga tanim, sa isaboy mo nga lang ang ang mga buto, tumutubo at kahit napaka-extreme ng ating weather tayo po ay sobrang init, minsan naman binabagyo, pero buhay yung ating mga halaman, mga punong kahoy at saka po yung mga coconut natin, kung hindi lang po yan tinatapyas ng tao mismo rin to give way para daw sa expansion, development ng mga lugar or pagiging urban na daw ng mga lugar or urbanization. Kung hindi pinutol yung mga puno yan, hindi yan talagang matitibag, hindi yan hihiga. Kita nyo nga, Yolanda, dumaan sa Leyte, pero nakita nyo naman siguro na nakatayo pa rin po yung mga puno ng nyug. Diba? So, napaka-resilient, pati po ng ating mga halaman. Pero tayo lang mga tao, mga Pilipino, ang walang habas po at walang pakialam. Basta putol lang ng putol. Hindi yung sinasabing earthballing, ginagawa ba natin yon? Hindi. Kunyari, earthballing, pero itinatapon nyo yung mga puno kung saan. Hindi nyo po itinatanim uli. Sana nga kapag ganyan na kailangan i-earth ball kasi to give way doon sa mga bagong daan na gagawin, bawat isang Pilipino po ay mag-offer na i-adopt. Adopt a tree. No? Kung pwede sabihin natin doon sa mga mag-earth ball, sige po, doon nyo na lang sa amin dalhin. Lalo na kung meron pa naman kayong malaking space. Padala nyo na lang po sa inyo yung mga puno na yan at doon po itanim doon sa inyong space. Kung meron pa po kayong space dyan sa inyong bahay, sa harapan po ninyo. Para naman ma-save po itong mga puno na ito, lalo na kung namumunga. Sayang. Ako nga talagang nalulungkot ako pag nakikita ko, ayan, tinayo yung MRT. Pero lahat ng mga puno po dun sa Commonwealth, putol. Diyan sa Baguio City, ang dami pong mga bagong mga establishments. Pero yung mga pine trees, earth ball kunyari, pero no, saan nila nilagay? Wala naman. Di naman natin alam kung saan nila nilagay. Putol, patay. Diba? Nakakalungkot, no, na tayo'y biniyayaan ng Diyos ng napakarami pong mga natural resources. The Philippines is one of the richest when it comes to natural resources. Ang liit nating bansa, pero napapaligiran tayo ng dagat, nandiyan ang marine resources. Napapaligiran tayo ng mga kabundukan, nandiyan ang mga kapunuan. Pero anong ginagawa natin? Fina-flatten natin ang bundok, tinatanggal natin ang mga puno, pagkatapos magugulat tayo, ay, climate change, na babaha na tayo rito. Pero actually, kahit na sabihin pang mayroong problema sa kalawakan, kung tayo dito sa kalupaan, nagawa po natin na ma-preserve itong mga nag-hold ng napakaraming tubig na ibinabaksak po sa atin, I don't think na magiging masyadong problema po natin ang pagbabaha. At kung inaayos din po ang mga kanal-kanal, di ba, nadadaanan mga sewerage system, nadadaanan po ng mga sobrang tubig baha, tayo po ay magiging safe at hindi tayo masyadong magiging apektado po ng sobrang mga pagbabaha. Magpo-pause lang po tayo sa ilang mga paalala at pagbabalik po natin, pinagdadasal natin na nandyan na yung ating interview with Metro Pacific Agroventures. Ang oras po natin, 1:27 na po in the afternoon.
In the heart of business.
Magandang hapon mga kaibigan. Welcome po dito sa In the Heart of Business. Ako po si Maru Pahati Sarne with my partner. Hi partner, nasa damuhan ka. Nasa talahiban ka. Partner Lito.
Yes.
Nasa talahiban ka. Yan, si Lito Gagni po yan mga kaibigan. Hey partner.
Hello. Maganda pag-uusapan natin ha. Diretso sa food security ng ating bansa.
Oo, kasi napakahalaga ngayon na itong pagkain. Pinagtutuunan natin ng pansin. Baka dumating yung panahon, hindi na tayo makakaangkat nga ng mga pagkain na yan. We used to be number 1 naman talaga when it comes to agricultural products. Kaya dapat lamang natuloy-tuloy yan. Kaya mabuti na lamang ang Metro Pacific, isa rin ito sa kanilang advocacy partner, yung palakasin ang ating agriculture. Yung mga produktong pinoproduce natin mula sa lupa, mula sa ating mga karagatan ay palalakasin pa. Kaya ngayong hapon na ito, partner, ang kasama natin ay ang Presidente at CEO ng Metro Pacific Agro Ventures Incorporated. Alam mo, partner, dati siyang head ng enterprise business groups ng PLDT at saka SMART at nagsilbi rin bilang Presidente CEO ng EPLDT. Gayon din sa kanyang mga subsidiaries katulad ng ABM Global Solutions Incorporated, IP Converge Data Services Incorporated, APDS Incorporated, ang Curotechnica Incorporated. Nagsilbi din bilang Presidente ng Bonifacio Cable Corporation, Director ng PLDT Global Corporation at namuno sa enterprise businesses doon po sa Estados Unidos, pati sa United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Australia. Ba talaga naman, Chairman ng Board of Asian Carriers Conference Incorporated, Director po ng Acacia Communications SD and BHD, and Board Advisor ng Semiconductor and Electronics Industries in the Philippines Foundation, Inc. Yan, narito na po ngayon. Ang poging-pogi. Natalo ka sa kapogian, partner. Si Juan Victor Jovi Hernandez. Hi, sir! Magandang hapon sa iyo.
Hello.
Good afternoon, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ang haba naman ng introduction ko, simple lang ho, joby lang.
Kailangan nalalaman natin ang iyong background, sir. Nako, matagal ka na pala na nagsisilbi sa Metro Pacific sa kanyang mga group of businesses. And ngayon dito sa Metro Pacific Agro Ventures Incorporated. This is a new company po ba ng Metro Pacific?
It is a new company, and it's originally envisioned to be a holdings company under Metro Pacific, wherein we will house all of the agricultural investments of Metro Pacific para at least nasa isang holding company siya. And tama po, I've been serving the MVP group for close to 22 years already.
Wow!
But I've always been in the telco world, in the technology and PLDT and smart and EPLDT for the data centers. So it's quite an interesting change also for me. Biglang from telco and technology naging agri, no? But
Bigla ka naging farmer.
Pero marami yung hindi nakakaalam. Ang undergraduate degree ko kasi agricultural economics from UP Los Baños.
Oh, wow!
So it's a very interesting opportunity now whether we could combine both agricultural practices with technology, and that should hopefully help us to produce more and produce better.
Yes.
Yes, oo.
So, 3 days ago, partner, you had a disclosure about your investment acquisition of 35% of Axilum Industries. Now,
Yes.
I figured since Axilum is into coconut and the Philippines accounts for 85% of coconut products all over the world. How will you make MPAB take charge of this detail para mapaangat yung, let's say, the business itself?
Napakagandang question po, no? In fact, when we were looking at it, first of all, we think that Axilum is one of the best-run companies in the coconut industry. And I think our investment was a very good one because we see a lot of synergies na pwede namin mapagsanib yung lakas ng MP at Axilum to make it better, no? Case in point, sinabi ko kanina na nag-graduate ako ng agriculture. Ang thesis ko po noon, export marketing of desiccated coconut. That was 1996. And I remember during that time, the Philippines was number... Yes. And that's one of the primary exports. That's one of the primary exports of Axilum. Yung mga coconut na nilalagay sa Hershey's bars. Diba? A lot of those are actually coming from the Philippines. And what's interesting is that during my college days, I remember the Philippines was number one with coconuts. And we've lost that lead. We now became number two. And sabi namin, and when we were talking to MVP about our focus on agriculture, very passionate to si MVP na sabi niya, we should focus on industries where the Philippines should be number one. And we felt that coconut was also one of the things that a Filipino could be proud of all over the world, di ba? Kapag yung buko na yan, yung coconut na yan, tubong Pilipinas po yan. And that's something that we should be proud of. And I think that's one of the reasons why we really wanted to take a look at the coconut industry. Now, that being said po, hindi naman, we have to also ask ourselves why we became number two na lang, not number one, di ba? Kasi we want to be number one in the world. When we look at the coconut industry, a lot of our trees actually medyo... They're old already.
Matanda na.
And when we looked at the other countries, in terms of yield, our Philippine average is maybe about 40 to 50 nuts per tree. No, that's the kind of harvest that we get. There are some countries who have adopted new technologies and are already producing 100 nuts per tree.
Oh, wow.
So sabi na, teka muna, napag-iiwanan na ata tayo. So maybe it's high time for us to take a look at what we can do in the coconut industry also. For example, for a replanting strategy, I think that's quite important. There are a lot of new hybrid coconut trees today na mas maiksi na yung ilang taon, makaka-harvest ka na. Meron siyang mas maraming bunga per puno. So all of those things we want to work with Axelum also. But again, besides that, Axelum exports 90% of their products to the other parts of the world. So it's a very good dollar earner.
So meron kayong hedge. May hedge kayo on the peso dollar.
Well, at least
hedge.
At least so, sabi nga natin, lahat yan ini-import natin. At least we can boast na in coconut, we're still exporting.
Yes, so definitely. Pero is Axelum under MPAV po?
So MPAV is investing 34%, 34.67% in Axelum to be exact. And we will be working with the Axelum management. They will remain to be the people who will be running the show. We think they're very, very good people, and we'll work with them on how to see how we can further increase the company in terms of exports and also to develop the domestic market.
Oo. So under MPAV, ano po ang mga produkto ng Metro Pacific Agro Ventures?
Actually, ang unang-una ho naming investment sa agri, dairy. I'm sure natikman nyo na yung Carmen's Best.
Yes, one of the best ice creams. Carmen's Best. Sarap yun.
Maraming salamat po. Actually, that was the reason why we invested in Carmen's Best. When we saw it, we really thought it was the best local ice cream.
Yeah, yeah.
And when we were working with the Magsaysay's, that's where we discovered the difference. Bakit pala masarap yung Carmen's Best? Number one, we use pure 100% fresh milk from the cows. And we have about 200 cows in Laguna today. And we have about 90 milking cows per in a single point in time. No? So talagang local. Hindi siya imported. Now, when we looked at the industry, ito nakakagulat. Nagulat din ako actually. 99% of the dairy consumption of the Philippines, lahat imported. Tapos 70% out of that 99% are all powder milk-based products. So sabi namin, bakit gano'n? So if we are able to produce fresh milk locally, we think the Filipino consumer will support local. That's number one. Pero ang importante, we provide the Filipino consumer with 100% real fresh milk that is produced locally. I think that's very, very important. And we feel, sabi nga namin, fresh is always best, and Filipinos deserve nothing less than fresh. Yan yung aming motto sa dairy. But if you take a look at the dairy, ang laki din po ng dairy pala kasi ice cream alone for the Philippines is about 22.5 billion pesos as an industry size. Ice cream pa lang yun, ha? Pero when we invested in Carmen's Best, we said we view this not only as an ice cream business, but a full dairy business. So may fresh milk, may non-fat milk, may low-fat milk, may chocolate milk, may cheese. So ang daming pwedeng gawin. Meron kami, tikman nyo yung Carmen's Best white cheese, ang ating sikat na kesong puti.
Kesong puti, oo. Sikat yan sa Laguna.
Sa pandesal, nako.
Ako, nagutom tuloy kami. So isa yan sa mga pinoproduce din po ninyo. Yung farm po nyo, dyan lang sa Laguna, tama po ba?
Sa Laguna po. Now, tama-tama, the good news is that when we want to expand Carmen's Best, na pag-isip-isip rin po namin na hindi siguro kaya na 200 cows lang. Kailangan padamingin natin. So, ang nangyari po ay pumunta po ako sa Papua New Guinea. Of all places, sabihin nyo, bakit Papua New Guinea? Kasi meron po tinayong dairy farm doon na gusto kong tingnan. And Papua New Guinea, one could argue, it's a smaller market versus the Philippines. It has harsher climatic conditions. And some would even say that it's a lesser educated people versus the Philippines. Pero yung kanilang farm was producing 40 liters per cow per day.
What?
Sa Pilipinas po, ang average natin 11.5 liters per cow per day. Ang layo, times 4.
Wow.
Nakaka-produce ng ganong karami ang baka pala. No?
Yan ang maganda ho. Maraming rason, may scientific reasons, but in a nutshell, how can I explain it? Sabi nila, happy cows equals more milk and more better quality milk. So they take a look, well, kasama na ho yun, but we overall take a look at cow health, We make sure na pinapakain natin sa kanila ay tama, na relax sila, hindi sila stressed. Sabi nga namin, dapat kaus pa pala yung papagawa natin. Kaus pa. Anyways, ang sabi namin, if they could do it in PNG, bakit hindi natin kaya sa Pilipinas? I think we can. So what we've done is we've entered into a joint venture partnership with a company called LR Group. It's a 60-40 joint venture agreement. And again, we'd like to use this platform to announce also our plans. We are building what we call Metro Pacific Dairy Farms in Laguna. It's in the same property. It will be 22 hectares, and it will have 1,000 cows. And that will have 600 milking cows at a single point in time. So from 90, it will grow to 600. It will be modern. Kasi kasama po sa fresh milk, alam mo, ang fresh milk, ang problema, 7 days lang eh. Ang hirap niya i-distribute kasi 7 days lang yung shelf life. But in PNG, if we're able to produce a processing plant that's fully automated, meaning kapag galing sa baka, diretso na siya hanggang mabattle. Walang humahawak. There's no human contamination. We can prolong the shelf life to 14 days. And that's a fantastic innovation if we're able to do that here. And if we can do that, then we can have the Filipino consumers, especially mga bata, to drink fresh milk again. Alam mo, naalala ko anong bata ako, di ba? Na uminom tayo ng mga chocolate, mga ganyan.
Yes,
diba?
yes.
We wanted to bring that.
Na yun eh.
We want to bring that culture back because especially if you take a look at the younger generation, napakapihikan mo ng mga bata ngayon. They take a look at the nutritional facts. So sabi namin, it's in line with what we want to do. We want to provide the Filipino consumer the freshest and the best quality products out there. At yun po at least ang plano natin.
True. And instead of them drinking milk tea, di ba, yung kape-kape na napaka-unhealthy, ibalik natin itong healthy sa mga
pero
bata.
Mas masarap pa ang kape pag linagay mo yung Carmen's Best Fresh Milk. Nako, mas masarap.
Yun nga lang, oo. Dapat talaga yun. So, pero sir, balikan ko lang itong Metro Pacific Agro Ventures. Kailan po kayo nagsimula at paano po ito naitatag?
Okay. Nagsimula po yan, I was actually asked by MVP to transfer to Metro Pacific in November of 2021 lang po. From Telco, I was taking a look at the logistics side of the business. We had a company called Metro Pacific Logistics Company. So nandun pa rin po naman yun. But one of the things that we were looking at on the logistics side during that time because of the pandemic was really distribution of food products. Kasi meron noong na-pandemya, walang makalabas, meron nga tayong pagkain. Hindi naman natin madala kasi walang lumalabas, walang makapunta sa supermarkets. So we were looking at that area. Doon po nanggaling yung idea na maybe we should now take a look at the agricultural sector more aggressively. Part naman ho kami ng Rojas Holdings, which is in the sugar side of the business. So there was some form of agriculture naman in the Metro Pacific family. But we said we have to make it a bigger part of the infrastructure that we take a look at. Kasi po, I mean, in the pandemic, I think it was very apparent that we needed food security. And yun isang pinag-uusapan natin ngayong hapon of food security, no? And ang dami pong facts eh, kasi by 2050, the global population will be about I think about 10 billion people in the world by 2050. And they said, para mapakain natin lahat ng humanity in the earth, we have to increase our food production by 70%. And that means producing more food in the last 50 years versus producing food in the last 10,000 years. Ganon ka grabe. Now, maaari niyo pong sabihin, buong mundo naman yan, Jovi, pinag-uusapan natin Pilipinas lang. O sige, let's focus on the Philippines. The global population growth, ang sabi nila, this was a study from World Health, the global population will be driven by 10 countries only until 2050. Aba, ang Pilipinas kasama ho doon.
Wow.
Kasama sa top 10 na mag-drive ng global population. So if you think about it, how do we make sure that we are able to provide food and nourishment to the Filipino people? Now, all of these things are important in business, di ba? Profitability, blah, blah, blah. Pero sabi ni MVP, ang mantra dapat natin is to feed our people first. So that's a focal point of what we want to do. While we take a look at business and profits, we do not want to be, we want to be laser focused also in making sure that we provide the Filipino people what we need. I mean, hindi naman ako na makasolve lahat, no? Pero at least we're doing our contribution in terms of achieving food security.
Tama po yan. Oo, and we are very happy, no? Na, oo. Yes, partner? Oo. Oo, yun.
Yun namang yung I understand sa disclosure na how long will it take for you to take majority control sa Axelum and what will you put in there doon sa Axelum?
At this point po, wala namang pinag-uusapan.
You have done with Laguna Community.
At this point po, wala naman pong pinag-uusapan about majority. No? Basta we're laser focused that we have 34.67%. So we're very focused in working together with the Axelum management para po mapalaki namin yung business. That's at this point right now.
Okay. And you mentioned nga po na you have this farm in Laguna and probably expand in other places. Open din po ba kayo sa partnership with the local farmers, no? Yung mga nasa pag-aalaga rin po ng mga baka, ganyan.
Napakagandang komento po. No? Number one, we're already working with some of the cooperatives. Also produce milk. Kasi while we're waiting for our new facility, that will be, I think that will be done by November of 2024. That's when the first fresh herd will come in. From now until then, we're working with the other farmers also, no? Other cooperatives and other farms for us to be able to get also the milk that we require for us to be able to convert that into ice cream and all of the other products that we're doing. Aside from the farmers, we've also started to work with the mga corn farmers. Kasi ang importante yung sa cows, again, as I mentioned, kailangan ipakain namin sa kanila yung tamang nutrisyon. May scientific formula ho yan. Kung ilang protein, ilang fat, and we need to make sure that we provide them good quality corn. So we are working with the corn farmers for us to be able to buy their corn for them to become the silage for the cows. Incidentally, ay pag-partner na rin ho kami sa akademya, sa UPLB. Kasi there's a lot of agricultural research in UPLB. So we've actually signed a partnership with them for us to be able to research on what are the best quality corn products, whether GMO or non-GMO, ang magpo-produce ng more yield for the cows. At the same time, when the facility is open, ang commitment namin po sa UP Los Baños, pwede po maging training facility ito ng mga estudyante. Kasi ang laki ng facility, 20 hectares yan of a farm. So if it could become a training ground for agri-students from UPLB, we're also willing to do that as well.
Uy, ang ganda. Para ma-encourage naman ang ating mga kabataan na to go.
Alam niyo po, yan ang isang na-discover ko nang nagsisimula kami na nakakatakot. Kasi the average age of our farmers, malapit na ho ng 70 years old Ang nakakagulat, halos lahat po ng anak nila hindi interesado sa agri. Sabi namin, paano yan? Sino magtatanim at sino mag-produce ng food into the next generation? So our hypothesis po is this. If we want to make agriculture, number one, sexy again. So if we can show the world that we are making it sexy by adapting new technologies, new farming practices, high-tech na siya, we think we can invite the younger generation to become involved again in agriculture. So again, the purpose... Maganda. Ang dami natin na pag-usapan na, di ba, na maganda na hindi puro pera, hindi puro profits, di ba? Yeah. While that is also important, pero yung purpose na ginagawa po namin na para sa next na henerasyon, yan po ay talagang napaka-importanting inspirasyon sa amin para magtrabaho ng maigi. Gusto namin gawin sa agriculture ng EPIC.
Alam nyo, yan po talaga ang maganda sa mga Metro Pacific companies, no? Ang iniisip nyo talaga yung sustainability, yung kung paano magpapatuloy ang mga bagay na parang medyo nakakalimutan ng ibang mga namamahala.
Correct po. And Sustainability, napakalaking importante pong salita niyan. In fact, in the new farm that we're building, we will have a solar farm facility to make it more sustainable. We will have a water treatment plant because we have to make sure that the water that we give to our cows are human-grade water. Diba? Yeah. Again, sabi nga nila, happy cows equals more milk.
Parang ang sarap naman puntahan yan. Sigurado ako, hindi stressed ang mga cows dyan. Masarap ipet.
Ay, nako. Hindi ko nga, dapat pwede tayong tumira dyan.
Oo. So, yun din ang requirement nyo doon sa inyong mga partners na dapat ganun din ang pag-aalaga nila sa kanilang mga baka.
Yes, as much as possible, yes. But that's part of our mission to teach them the new farming practices, no? So that at least even their own production, they can learn some of these new production techniques that are being applied around the world so that pati sila, tumaas po yung yield na nakukuha ng mga farmers natin.
Okay. So, ang inyo pong produkto na Carmen's Best, patuloy pa rin po sa pagpoproduce ng mga ice cream. Na
Yes,
may
po.
mga bago ba kayong flavors na ini-introduce date?
Maraming parating. Kaya nga tumataba na nga ata ako, parang 20 pounds na tayo nagdagdag sa akin.
Pag napapadalaw ka dyan, sorry.
We have a lot of flavors coming that are new. So we're very passionate. Si Paco Magsaysay, who was our founder, is really passionate about making sure that our products are the best. So we do not, hindi namin dinidilute yung milk, wala kami lang dinadagdag na tubig. Diba? We use the freshest products and ingredients. In fact, kinikwento nga niya, sabi daw niya ni Pope dati, nung pumunta si Pope sa Pilipinas, sabi ni Pope daw, Carmen's Best yung favorite niyang ice cream.
Wow!
So while we want to grow, sabi namin, we have to be very religious about that mantra of ours before as a company. That we will never scrimp on our ingredients. We have to make sure that they're the freshest and they're the best.
And you have also the Holly's milk?
Holly's milk, yes. Holly's milk is the fresh milk, low-fat milk, non-fat milk. Marami pa kong parating yan na bago.
Wow, oo. Tapos eventually cheese din. Meron nga palang
Meron ako kaming white cheese and we're coming out with a new cheese line as well very soon. In fact, nakakatawa nga ako, di ba, 7 days lang yung shelf life. Fresh milk. Pag bumibili ako sa bahay, yung bunso ko na 12 years old, yung 1 litro, isang inuman lang, ubos ka agad eh.
Wow! Naku, lalaki yun. Malusog na malusog. Maganda ang bones niya.
Hopefully. That's also what we want to partake to all, no? Kasi hindi lang naman buto for a certain segment of the market. Part of what we want to be a part of is the feeding program, the milk feeding program of DepEd. Para po yung mga school children natin, mabigyan natin ng milk before they go to class. We want to be a part of that campaign as well.
In the Heart of Business, isang oras na talakayang pangnegosyo ang nakasama nyo sa pananghalian. Mapapakinggan Martes, Huwebes at Biyernes dito lang sa DWIZ 882 In the Heart of Business.